Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here, and talking about fertilizing the gooseberries today. But before we do that, I will be showing you a couple other things on the way to the gooseberries. So basically, I have this little trash can that I had outside, and it's dirty, so I was needing something to put the liquid into. So I have been eating bananas this last week, and if you go back to my other video where I was talking about banana peels and using them as fertilizer and as a natural pest repellent because of the chitinase enzyme that is in the banana peels, actually will chase away soft-bodied insects and any other type of pests in the garden that would want to eat your plants, because the plants will soak up that chitinase up through the root system, and it'll disperse it into the leaves, which will make it smell like rotting trash to the bugs basically, and it's actually kind of poisonous to them, so the bugs won't want to be on your plants. So that is the experiment we're doing. And we got military helicopters going overboard or above us, up ahead, above us. And I apologize for that. So anyways, what I did is I ate bananas this last week, and I put the peels into some water, and I let the water just become this really nice brown color. And it's basically, in a sense, we're making a banana peel tea with it. Well, I'm also having that issue with the rodents, so I decided, on the off chance that the rodents are trying to eat any of my gooseberry plants or my currant plants or anything like that, I've decided to go ahead and water my blueberries, my elderberries, my currants, and my gooseberries with this fertilizer. So I've added a few more ingredients. I added 2 small Tangelo peels because rats can't eat and also don't like the oils in the orange peels. And so I included some orange peels into it, the liquid from the banana peels and the bananas themselves. Also, rats also are allergic, or it's very toxic for them to have horse chestnuts, which I actually collected a whole bunch last year, gave a whole bunch to the squirrel, and then I kept a couple for myself for various uses. Anyways, I found out that they are toxic to the rats, so I included some of that with the orange pills. I also have some orange pills over here that I threw out the other day, which I can use also, and I might go ahead and grind them up and maybe freeze the liquid and put it in the ice cube tray and toss them into my fridge for later use. So I'll be picking those pills up soon. I need to move the pumpkins out to the back corner. I think I'm going to move them back over there to that corner and cover them with some dirt, and we'll see if we get any plants from them. But basically, these rats don't like that stuff. So banana peels, the liquid from the banana peels, the orange rinds, and I used 1 horse chestnut. And then I also, just for good measure, I threw in some of my Moroccan mint, because rats are also, it's also toxic to rats, and they will avoid mint. So on top of planting the Moroccan mint around the shed, I've also included some mint into this mixture. That way my plants can absorb all of these nutrients from the pills and from the seeds and from the mint, and possibly make it so that my plants are less desirable for the rats. And so I do have some strawberries with my mountain ash tree, so I'll be watering them with that too, and we'll see if that'll deter the rats from wanting to eat the strawberries or the foliage on my strawberries. So here is what the goop looks like. It looks like barf, kind of. But I'm using this scoop here to scoop it into my pitcher, and then I'm filling my my water can here with it, and I've already put some on my rhubarb. Rhubarb is also toxic to the rats, so while they've been tasting and nibbling at my rhubarb and messing up my cells, in the long run the rhubarb will actually be toxic to them. So they're going around sending their tasters out, seeing what's edible, seeing what's not, but I still don't want them messing with my rhubarb. So tonight I've got my topper here. I'll be putting back onto my my rhubarb so that they can't mess with my rhubarb. Now, before we go out and water some of the plants with this pitcher, I want to show you a couple things I'm going to be planting. Now, I don't know if these are edible for the rats, but I have these 2 seed packets that I had picked up while we were in Germany, and they are violas. And I'm starting to think that pansies, I call these pansies. I'm starting to wonder if the pansies are in the viola family, which most likely are. But these are violas. These are some really pretty ruffled violas. And they are edible, so I can use them in my salads. So I've planted them in here with a sprig of mint, Moroccan mint, that I found on the table from last night. That was left on the table. That looked like it could still root. And I'll probably transplant it out next to the shed. And then I have these coconut swirl violas, which are just as equally beautiful. And I have a whole bunch out front that have seeded themselves in my yard, which when I go to mow, I'll cut the flowers off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this shovel here, and I'm going to go out today into my front yard, and I'm going to gently transplant all of my violas into container pots. And I might be bringing some out here to the garden. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to just transplant those ones into the front planter and that are out front already, because the rats don't seem to be messing with the plants out front. Also, artichokes are another thing that the rats don't like. So I'm loving that. So I've got one of my seeds that didn't germinate last year germinated in one of the pots back here. So let's go ahead and grab this and we'll go water in some of my plants. I've already done the gooseberries, so I always put my finger in the way. Sorry guys. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give a good saturation here, and we're just going to water in just a little bit. And it looks like the liquid has settled, so I need to stir that back up. So I'm using this poker stick that we were using in the bonfire over here, and some of the stuff is still at the top, but I just give it a good stir. There we go. Use it before it settles. So we're going to give it a good soaking, and it's kind of like a brown color, but there's a lot of great fertilizer in this, natural fertilizer. It's very safe, very gentle on your plants. Orange peel is in there, so I mean, all of that stuff is really good. I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit to the strawberries, because rats do like to eat the strawberries itself. I had a couple strawberries with mold. Rats also don't like mold. That's funny, because you would think rats would eat moldy stuff, but no, they avoid anything mold. I don't think that they'll eat this. This right here, because it looks like it's in the mint family. It's that pineapple sage. All right, so now I'm down to about half a thing, but I have filled all of these up and let it soak into the roots. I got that little mint sprig covered with dirt and watered in. I've gone ahead and watered up my currant bush also. So all of these have stuff on them. You can kind of see some of the sediment from the banana stuff on the topsoil, so that means every time I water, it'll be watering more into the plants. But I decided to go with doing this method in the house, just so that I don't attract more critters to my garden with the pills themselves, because some animals might be able to eat them. In fact, while we're here, I'll show you that artichoke, you guys. See? Came up right there. There's an artichoke. And then my lettuce has reseeded itself over here. And then there's some other stuff growing here that I can't remember what it was. Might be spinach, you guys. So I do remember I have spinach planted in some of those. So we're going to go ahead and give these a little water. And I have plenty of more of this up at the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to water these in really good. And then I will, I'm going to do all the purple pots right now. And then I'll come back after I'm done talking with you guys, and I will put these into, I'll finish doing the fertilizing. So I'm going to give this a good drink. I'm going to put a lot on this one because they got these strawberries in there. There's something. Oh, they are strawberries. I thought it was a weed. But yeah, I've got, they're developing strawberries in here. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to deter the rats, you guys. So I'm going to put a little bit more on this elderberry. And then I will come back out here with, I'm going to finish this off on this one. I'm going to come back out here with some more of the solution that I have created. And I will finish with that elderberry, that blueberry, and this blueberry. And then I will be done. Now, the rats can eat tomatoes themselves. That's not toxic, but the plant is toxic to them. So basically, I'm kind of learning a little bit. There are some flowers that they don't like also that they're allergic to. Poppies is one of them. They can't eat the poppy seeds, so I'm thinking about planting a bunch of poppies along here too, along the wall here. One, it'll look really pretty next to the garden shed. Two, the rats are allergic to it. The more things I plant here that the rats are allergic to or that are toxic to them, the less inviting this area is going to be to them for them to want to make their home. So that's the plan. So anyways, you guys, thanks for coming along today with me. Comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell button. And as always, have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye.